baby.
Printerman23 says, "Good morning, my man." Printerman23 says, at 2
Hey, Printerman23, what's printing your thoughts today?
What I need is a vacation. Get away from this place.
Bruce Campbell says, "Got my request lined up. Rush, Spirit of Radio."
He's back. God only knows what he looks like. He is back.
Oh boy, I'm kind of early for once, sort of. Aren't you proud of me? Ooh, looks like our... Let me see if... No! It doesn't matter. Won't affect you guys. I gotta redo my YouTube credentials so I can use my
Rolvic says,
custom app.
"What up?"
What up, barbecue? What up, clowns?
Clowns123 says,
Well-
"Hey, new drone."
Well,
Printerman23 says, "How are you, mate?"
I'm pretty good, Printer Man. How have you been, man? So we flew this. We'll just hold this one because it's got the O3 camera in it. We flew one that looked sort of like this without this aerofoil frame, which was basically this base, and now we put an O4 in it. We are not going to fly this too crazy. It is a 3-inch drone, and it's on 6S, and it has a lot of power. So this is just me showing you guys this unique plus layout with this unique frame by Aerobot. It's called the Aero Ring. You know, this is the just straight ring. This is the twisted ring, so it captures the air better airflow as it flies forward.
Bruce Campbell says, "Looks like a baseball."
The O4 canopy is indeed a baseball. That is the style they chose to go with for the O4 canopy. I'm sure I could edit it, and it's got the mohawk, just like Major League. Like if the creator of these frames is Australian, and I don't know if it was unintentional, or if that was a movie that was big there.
Cool.
I don't know.
Mohawk hairstyle.
Yeah, this thing is obscenely fast, and we run it on these 6S 650s. We've only charged 2. I really don't want to go crazy, because if the drone shits the bed and tumbles, it's gonna break something.
Bruce
because
Campbell says the Roger Clements edition.
yeah. So this will be flying this. This is empty. This is just to show like what it looked like side by side when we had the 03 in it.
Printerman23 says, did you use a back for the 04 Lite with 6s?
Yes. Or no. No. This is it's all built in on the Speedy B F405 Mini. I didn't need a back. So these are essentially the same frame, except this has a twisted ring. And you'll see the difference in height.
I got you.
You know, and the 03 is just heavier. So I wanted to build this lighter because, you know, you got this little guy on here. I'm not going to fly this into the house. I will try to fly it out of the house, but it's so powerful that it's even more sensitive than I'm used to. So if we end up bopping it against something, I'll just go place it outside like I normally would. So we are going to fly the big drone first. We'll call this the big drone. 3-inch prop versus 2.5-inch, but the weight is night and day. I had to solder on a cap. I only had these fat caps, and I didn't have any heat shrink that would fit over it, so I had to, wrap it in electrical tape. Give him a name. Yeah, I don't know. We got to think about that. Maybe we'll field names in the chat. I'm terrible at that. I'm very bad at that. I put a little hexagonal piece of, I cut it hexagonally, like into a hexagon shape, or octagon, sorry, because that's all that would really fit there. All right, how did we do this? We want it that way. We weren't flying for a little while because we were having the DJI app basically broke streaming functionality. So, and Printer Man, did you figure out how to live stream?
Says, I tried everything to fit the cap inside the volatile body, but no dice. Have to put it on pigtail.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't fit. It's very annoying. Par for the course. This thing, I fit a cap in this, which is crazy. But now I just, I soldered one on to the pigtail. I bought some off Amazon.
Says, not yet, but the infos you gave me are a good starting point, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It might take you a little bit to figure it out, but it's not too hard. Just got to get some, your own local network information and coordinate it up.
Printerman23 says, we'll get it there.
Hell yeah. All right, so this thing's ready to fly. Let me get the USB. My scale.
Taryn says, Hey, when did you start steaming? Do you have a channel birth date?
There we go. Yeah, this little drone is, if you couldn't tell, everything is packed into this capsule and it screws on like this. It's very clever. Hold on, I got the... This is just an empty thing with an O3 in it, so... But you just put it in and turn it, and it's good to go. Pretty clever. See? 3D printed. Very clever. You know, we haven't battle tested this to see how it can handle a crash, but I think it's going to be not too bad.
If you don't remember.
When did you start streaming? I don't remember. I thought it was like August 2020.
Printerman23 says, I got a pretty sick opportunity.
So probably
Sorry if
August.
I heard it wrong. I can go film on a track with drifting cars.
Nope, you wrote that right.
The streaming on
I can
PC.
go film on a track with drifting. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that'd be so fun. That's awesome, man. That's super kick-ass. Well, good luck with that. I wouldn't mind getting some jobs. I think I'd do pretty well. There's a Super Dirt Week thing that they do live here, and I was thinking, like, man, I could get contracted to do that, and I'd be able to do like really good chases.
Says, that was a dream of mine. I can send you some shots afterwards if you want.
Please do. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Says, word next August I'll fly a pack with your name on it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like August-ish, September. I'm pretty sure it was August.
Says, Yee 3.
All right. Let's fire up the server. Let's connect our TMP. Let's get our radio. All right, and now we shut the door and open the window. I'm gonna, you know, like I said, it's a little sketchy, so powerful. If I don't get it first try, I'm just gonna go place it outside and we'll do it that way. Got the drone to sit a little bit flatter.
One more question, if you don't mind.
So now it can pretty much sit flat, which is nice. But the dog bed was nice for landing, so I might grab that and then, yeah, I'll grab that after. All right, we're not gonna fly the UFO drone to a soundtrack because it's just, I don't want to get into it. It's too powerful. So this is just sort of like, check out this cool drone. We'll do the soundtrack stuff with the drone we're used to.
Umbrelbig says, the music gives you too much power.
It really
Karen
does.
Says, cool drone.
Yeah, it plays Zelda. Uh-oh. Insufficient bandwidth, it says.
Printerman23 says, replace power with flow.
There we go. I'm gonna have to because, good God, this drone is strong. All right. The camera angle's really high, too. See what I mean? I gotta be careful. Did you see that? Like almost no prop wash, and this thing's not tuned. It's so fast. That's just me like throttling up. The throttle value's there. It's so strong. See how I can just sort of turn on a dime? I'm telling you, there's something to this plus frame. We're just gonna fly around in a circle for a minute. Remember, this is a 6S drone, guys. We'll do another drop. It's so fast. It's ridiculous.
Says, can you do a punch for us to see how far it throws it up into the air?
Oh, yeah, we will. Hold on.
Taryn says, handles real well, count me surprised.
It does.
Says,
ready?
Beast mode.
There's a punch. It's floating still. It's still floating. There you go. And these motors, for the weight of the drone, are a bit undersized, probably, because...
Princeman 23 says, damn. Just Taryn says, that screech lol.
Yeah, seriously. This is why I don't want to like do too much with this drone. It's a little bit of a heavy little pig. I shaved off about 35 grams. This is the camera angle I'm talking about. See how like pitched up I was? So that was actually hard to do because the camera angle's so high. See if we can do like a whiz by of the house. I guess we can. I guess we're not too bad with this, but just like I said, even if I can handle this, the reason why I don't just really want to be doing this on stream is in case it just shits the bed. You know, it's a bullet. It's gonna just break shit. I have fairly good control of the drone, but it's super throwable. And I'd say, I don't know what the flight time is, but we're just chilling right now. Let's just like chill for a minute. As you notice, I'm kind of staying. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this, okay? We'll do this. I see a car. Okay, we gotta go back. We're way faster than the car. Don't worry about it, car. I'm home. I'm home, car. Where's the car? Okay, they pulled in. See, it's not bad.
I'm calling
Just Taryn says, hate how cars always clog up the road, man, clear the airways.
Yeah. Get the hell out of get the hell off the road, car. What do you think you're doing? What's half a what voltage should we bring this in at? I'm normally like I bring it in at 7.2 and half of that is 3.5, 3.6. So we got to bring it in. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be smart and just drop this right here. And why did it bounce? Why did it bounce, guys? Be right back.
Just Taryn says, the Benson bounce.
I would really, really, really like to test. Yeah, it's a little weird when I disarm it. It's like it's got a little behavior afterwards, like it doesn't immediately disarm, like it's protesting a little bit, like I don't know how to describe it. It's a little strange, but I'll tell you what. This is just a powerful drone, and I don't know how much of the performance or how much of the aerodynamics really aren't aerodynamics, and it's just the power of the drone. But like I said, this is kind of a heavy guy. So I really somehow I want a plus frame that's this light. It's like I almost want to 3D print something, just anything. Who cares if it breaks? Just in a plus design, and just tack on some motors. Not even like a good design, not even with like proper motor shrouds. I just want to see if the plus, it seems like the plus might actually just like the benefit of it is that you don't need to tune it as much. That's kind of my takeaway. But again, I don't know how much is just this is so much more powerful than this. I'm at a loss until I can test more. We got one more pack on this guy, so we'll fly this. Oh, and I left out what I was going to say earlier, is if you couldn't tell, this tiny little capsule here...
Just Taryn says, yeah, brother, you need a testing ground near you where you can sabang those motors.
I really got to. If you couldn't tell, this thing, once you understand how to mount everything in there, it gets a little easier, but it is a massive pain in the ass to jam everything in here. It is not fun because everything has to be taken apart if we need to change something. And even though this has a Bluetooth module in it, which is cool, so Bluetooth beta flight for this guy, even though it has that, there's certain things you can't do. You can't access OSD. There's one other like major tab you can't access, and it's like, and there's no motor tab either. You can go into like BlueJ as a separate app, but there's just motor direction, not motor order, as you know. So it's like you're really limited, and it seems like if you're having an issue, you're probably gonna have to take it apart anyway. So it's just like, the Bluetooth thing is such a good idea in theory, and it has not worked out for me
Just
in
Taryn
practice.
Says, no USB access without taking off the dome.
No, well, not only do I have to take off the dome, well, yeah, because remember, this isn't designed for one particular flight controller. And so it would have to be, they'd have to like, I emailed the guy and I'm like, you need to have a spec build. So like the same flight controller,
Just
maybe you
Taryn
can
says,
build
for the
it
04.
around that. Oh no, taking the 04 is not too bad because if I slide this off, the 04 is on top and I have a special mount. So where it's all mounted and nice and neat. I think I took a picture of it in the Discord. But in terms of like, if I have to get into the flight controller, I have to take the 04 off, which means I have to unscrew all the screws, pull them down a little bit. Then I have to pull the flight controller out slightly and then plug in the USB. I think I can get to the USB without unmounting it, but maybe not. It's just I probably would bring this. Sorry, I didn't realize I was off camera. I would probably bring this bottom part up more and then have the shroud like this. This canopy is like really tall for the 04 Pro.
You said it is the F405 Mini from Speedy Beats.
Yeah. F405 Mini BLS 35 amp. This one's taller, but what I would have done is I would have built up the base higher and then had less canopy up here and then focused on the mounting and everything in the base. And like I even...
Printerman23 says, did you got the USB extension with it?
I don't
Inuyasha Lover
think
12
so.
Says, La 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 lava CH chicken Steve's lava chicken. Yeah.
What up,
it's tasty
Inuyasha?
as hello, mamacita. Now you're ringing the bell, crispy and juicy. Now you're having a snack, ooh, super spicy. It's a lava attack.
What is that? I took everything out of the box, and I still have the box, but I didn't see any
Just Taryn
extender.
says, it's a lava attack.
I don't know what that is. All right. Flight number 2. I just want you to hear Zelda.
Printerman23 says, when I ordered mine, it came with some extra boards like power extension, G cable, USB-C extension and a BEX.
I wish I had a USB-C extension. I don't think... Oh, what is in the way of my... It ate... It ate the green screen. Oops.
Just Taryn says, where that sounded like it was screeching before takeoff too.
No, it's whistling. It's like got a whistle, but that screech was it ate the green screen.
Prepare to embark upon the darkest voyage into the unknown in the history of mankind.
Pure float. God, everything's in my way. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. It's fast. It's just you can do whatever the frick you want with it. It's so nice. You gotta be careful though. It carries some momentum. Hey, I gotta be honest with you, it turns on such a dime. It turns faster than I'm used to. Dude, I'm so impressed with this. And like I said, I don't know if it's the power or what.
Bruce Campbell says, can't wait to finally try the 3.5.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna freaking love it.
Just Taryn says, don't try going under a car with this one wheel.
No, there's no. I just don't think I have the freaking. I have the room, but look how high the camera angle is. I have to like somehow go forward and fucking look up. It's that I'd say that's the disadvantage. But if you notice, this is a super low canopy, right? And you can't see the prop, which is super cool. But, you know, you're paying for it in camera angle. Like it does,
Just
it makes it.
Taryn says, Bruce, the 3.5 inches is gonna fly great.
It's just so nice. You're gonna, the power, you're just gonna freaking love it. Let's actually go up high for a minute and see if there's some chop up there. I mean, there, you know, wind is wind. You're not gonna beat the planet Earth. The camera angle's so high, I just like, it's so, dude, this is so easy to
Just Taryn says,
drift.
thought this was thong song for a second or two, lol.
Whoa, that was weird. We caught some wind there. We caught some wind like it was a fucking fixed wing. That was interesting. All right, we gotta. Let's try a little try a little. It's so powerful, I can't even do the same, like... I'm afraid it's gonna, like, rocket into the neighbor's car. I want to do a juicy flick. So we'll just do one where we don't turn around. I gotta do it slower, though. I'm just not, you know what I mean? It's a confidence thing, like, with the power of this in proximity to other people's shit. I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with this thing. I like the form factor. I don't like that it's a pain in the ass to build in. See how I try to land it and it just does that little... Here, I'll talk about that in a minute. Hold up.
Bruce Campbell says, so more control with more power.
It's not for the lighthearted when it comes to like the build. Let me get my green screen. It's not for the lighthearted in terms of building in it. More control with more power. Let me think on that. Speaking of, what's your song request? Because we're gonna fly the other drone, and we gotta cue that up. And I also have to switch over to the. Oh no, they're both 04s.
Just
What am I doing?
Rush, right?
I don't remember. I forgot what Bruce said. But you guys, Bruce has got first request. Then it's anybody's game after that. So
12 says, do you know what movie this is from? I don't like Rat Street the best of times, but this one was sounding alarm.
Huh? No, I
Bruce
don't
Campbell
know that.
says, Spirit of Radio, Rush.
Being slow.
Sprinterman23 says, you know, running around by Ely Oaks, smiley face.
Yep, we'll play that next. Let me just get the right volume. Okay, so what was I going to say about... What was I going to say about this guy? I just can't know for sure until I test more, because the power just might afford me beating the wind, you know, not the wind, you know what I mean? Like beating dirty air. I just don't think I don't know that that's it. It doesn't sound right to me. I really do think there's something to this frame. But
Yasha Lover 12 says, haha, all I'm going to tell you it's about a girl going to another world and have another mom.
is it a good movie? At the very least, it requires like, it's almost like the Plus configuration requires no, like this will
Yasha Lover
never
12
need
says,
tuning.
yes,
It'll
I'm on
never
with
need,
buttons
like
flies.
I didn't even apply the PID tunes to this that I got. Like they give you PID tunes with this. He gave them to me for free and I bought them. But I didn't even apply the PID tune. Like it's like I don't know. That's how it seems, and I'm not so sure it's just that it's 6S with 1507s. I think it turns faster. I think it has cleaner air overall, and you'd probably and hence you don't need to tune it as much. And the good thing about not having a tune and moving up the filters and all that stuff is you beat up the drone, it won't be so sensitive. The more you tune, when you like really tightly tune a drone like racers do, if that drone is not perfectly how you tuned it and it starts getting beat up, it's going to fly like shit. If you just start with a basics, if it just flies great the way it is, you have more of a range for error for having bent props and maybe a messed up motor and a fucked up arm without it behaving completely insanely. So, you know, the Plus for freestyle, I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards it's a very, very, very clever design. But again, I just can't know until I test it. Just dropped
Alcoholic says, are the holes for weight? Does it affect the flight?
I don't know. The other ones are like more aerodynamic, like they have
Alcoholic says,
air in holes.
honeycomb-esque.
Yeah, the I don't know that it's for weight. It might be though, but these other ones have like aerodynamic, like I don't know what you call these, like louvers or something, like, you know, like how cars have, like to cool down the brakes and stuff like that. But this has air inflow and outflow.
Printerman 23 says, intakes.
And the intakes. Like, but they're just for, they're like passive intakes. You know what I mean? It's not like an air intake that goes into the manifold. You know, it's for aerodynamics. So these have those. This, where'd it go?
Umbrolbic says, narca ducts.
Yes. This doesn't, but I don't know that it matters. Like, especially like if you're flying this, you're probably flying freestyle. This is like a, you know, you can have this 45 degrees. It's got the air in, like it's got the air inflow and outflow. And this is probably like if you want to do high speed or long range or something like that. So, you know, it's sort of, he doesn't elaborate on, I could probably ask him. I probably will, but just looking at the baseball design and looking at this design, it's just two different applications. Like I will.
Alcoholic says, low speed, I'm sure it'll matter, but I can't think of a reason you'd fly freestyle super slow.
Right. There's that too. I mean, yeah, especially, well, in these camera angles, because of the nature of the Plus design, are high. But like these ones, these are made for 45 degrees and you have a 45 degree aerofoil on this one. So it's a swept ring, which is not on this one. So this one is more like you want some long range, or you want to go like you want to go as fast as possible.
Chewy FPV 13 says,
What up,
"Man,
Chewy?
I hate looking at homes right next to each other. Gets me sick. Face vomiting."
Like just the proximity of everything being close, you mean?
Chewy FPV 13 says, holes.
Oh, I'm like homes. Oh, you have oh, what's that called? Fear of holes. It's like tryptophobia or something. Trypophobia. I was close. I added a T. Trypophobia. Fear of holes. Yeah. We'll keep that down there for now, Chewy. All right. Let's make sure this little guy is gonna connect. Telemetry recovered. Good
Chewy
news.
FPV 13 says, face vomiting, face vomiting.
That's trypophobia. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I don't really like holes either, man. Why you barking, bud? Yeah. Not dinner.
Just Taryn says, sign the hall, sign the
Hold on, you're gonna have to yell louder. Like 2:30 or something. I don't even remember, to be honest.
Campbell says, hey, I'm Chewy.
Thank you. Shit. I don't have power to... Oh. That was annoying. The music always ends up being louder than I think. I tapped the edge of the windowsill and I didn't realize I was that close.
Just Taryn says, disarm, disarm, lol.
Oh no, it was like disarmed immediately. It actually scared me because I totally
Bruce
didn't
Campbell
think
says,
I was going to hit the
"Wicked rip."
windowsill. That was just weird. I'm telling you, flying the... Thank you. Thanks, Bruce. flying the 3-inch and then flying this is like fucking, it's like immediate upgrade, like or like of like skill upgrade. I don't know. Just makes it easier. It's like, oh shit, I have way more room for failure in this. Because it's like, you know, it's like training in low oxygen. Only the effects are apparently immediate. We actually got 2 minutes or minute and a half left, so we can keep rocking this song.
Yo, Bruce! Because nothing says sophisticated greeting like a cult classic catchphrase. Guess the disarm jokes are just a warm-up for the real action.
I don't remember this song having like a reggae skank to it at the end.
Just Taryn says, Yo, at Tootie, I thought you were just there for decoration today. Alcoholic says, weather has been terrible here, island life. But getting my happiness from my Star Citizen Sim RNXD. I gotta turn up the TTS. I couldn't quite hear what you said there. Why is it that when I try to do a knife edge, I just drift away? Yeah, I can't. I felt I was about to do it again. Oops. I disarmed it because I don't know what the hell just happened. What the fuck? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, we're so close. We almost got it. Just Taryn says, whoa.
Yeah, that was very weird. Oh, I thought we had it. We got it. All right, we got to bring it in. We got to clean the lens anyway.
Bruce Campbell says, that was like slow-mo crash.
Yeah, it was very weird. The lawn is half mowed back there. So I cannot believe we just recovered that.
Right front prop is bent.
I cannot believe we just recovered that with the lawn in that state. Yeah, hold on. Oops, let's unplug it first. Okay, oh yeah, I gotta look up Printer Man. You made a request. The right front prop is most definitely bent. It's looking tasty. Look at that. How's the arm, actually?
Alcoholic says, Ayo, I'll come mow your lawn XD.
Actually, it's all...
Bruce Campbell dropping a LOL like it's a punchline. Guess even action heroes need a
Bruce
laugh
Campbell
break.
says,
Meanwhile, someone's prop is bent, and someone's mowing skills are on standby. Chaos, but make it fashion.
Thanks for the recap, Tootie.
Sure thing. Any other highlights you need? Or are we done pretending I have a memory?
Actually, Spud, you do have a memory, you dink.
Right. My bad. My memory's not a total black hole, just a selective one. Guess I'll keep the Spud nickname handy for future deep recollections.
You don't like that, do you? All right, back in shape. Everything's good. We didn't lose any screws. Running around by Ely Oaks. Ellie Oaks? All right. This is only 2 minutes. Shit.
Printerman23 says, like, I don't know if you like this kind of music, S.
I like all kinds of music. All right, are we getting... Here we go. We gotta go. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. The lens.
Alcoholic says, AstroTurf your lawn. Terrible suggestion, but it works for FPV XD. Printerman23 says, I have Hungarian Rock 2 if OYU want.
If you make a request before somebody else, we will listen.
Just Tarrant says, Alberto de Larsen, Apex Twin next.
Ah. It couldn't pull out. All right, I gotta go grab that one. I really, that's the only downfall of like a little drone like this. It's not gonna pull out of that.
Alcoholic says,
didn't have enough.
Think it's rare you park out front. Where do you usually park? XD. FPV Emperor says, hey dudes.
Tell you what though, these 1203 motors are definitely going to put up with more BS than the 1202.5s. It's not like huge, but it's just enough. All right. Everything looks fine. It was in the most annoying place, like under a bush.
Bruce Campbell says, you Emperor.
What up, Emperor? We gotta start it over. Oh, sum's off. Okay, maybe not. It looks like it was stuck for a minute.
You keep on running around with other women in town. I've had enough of these games. I will be kicking you out. You keep on running around with other women in town. I've had enough of these games. I will be kicking you out.
23 says,
Oh, the battery's almost dead. Oh, we are already got to bring this in. Shit. Ah, we got a little bit right here. We could try to go under the car. Oh, what the? I think I was not paying attention. There we go. We hit the thing on. That's what we hit. All right, can we get under the? We should be able to get under the car with this guy.
hit the fire hydrant.
We did it. It hit the pole on the fire hydrant.
What's total weight on this one, MJ?
Very light.
Just Taryn says, same obstacle in my book.
The pole and the fire hydrant. It's all the same thing. It is all one. Total weight on this one, we're gonna have to weigh it. We'll do it after because it's getting dark. The scale's behind me, so.
Gentleman23 says, you can skip the rest of the song NP.
That's actually was the whole song on YouTube. What's our next one? Alberto Balasalm, Aphex Twin. Okay. Oh. So annoying that I put my battery backwards. There's a particular way I like to orient the battery for maximum stickiness.
Printerman23 says, Tank C Sapda, Nemkel semi-Hungarian rock is from my home.
All right, we'll check that out. That'll be our last pack. Make sure the volume's good. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Aphex Twin is the shit.
Bruce Campbell says, if there's time,
Guy's a
Blink, rock
beast.
show.
Dude, Aphex Twin makes... The guy's a beast and an innovator in the electronic music scene. Massive innovator. Oh, this is a very cool song. Let me try something. Ugh. Luckily, this was the little guy. Oh, come on. How is it stuck here? Guys. Oh, it got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Yes. Let's go. Oh, the lens is a little dirty.
Bruce Campbell says, what a save.
I can't believe we actually got it because it felt like it was super stuck.
Just Taryn says, that front left prop low smiling face with tear.
Oh, we've fucked this drone up today. Almost hit the pole. Shit. Out of control right now. Let's lock it in. Yeah, we're getting a little battery sag on this shit. Whoa. Oh, that's fun. The chaos. This has got like a fall vibe to it, right? This song? There we go.
Just Taryn says, works well with the sunset.
It does. Look at that. Look at that landing. Actually took my time for once. Oh, that's like the end of the song, too. Beauty. All right. That was very cool. Love that.
Clowns 123 says, was not expecting you to go under the car.
Oh, yeah. I did that a few times today. You might have missed it. Here, sunset. Sunset time. Okay, there we go.
I'm curious what you think about my song, even if you don't really understand it.
Sounds cool so far. Oh, the lens is so dirty. Or it's just the darkness. I'm not gonna go for it. We've beat this drone up a lot today. Oh, what just happened? Oh boy. Guys, you know what sound to play. Play the sound.
Oh, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole.
The voice, I think, by the way, in the song reminds me of Avenged Sevenfold,
Taryn
maybe,
says,
like ish,
still got 8.3
like a
volts on that
cousin
baby.
of the lead singer. Oh. Sitting on the chord. It is just the darkness is it's probably not so much a dirty lens as it's the darkness. Damn. I'm trying to get, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Am I in the neighbor's yard? Where am I? Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't know how I made it in the neighbor's yard, but that's fucking awesome that I just got out of that. Holy shit. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying to get closer to the ground on my drops.
says, they'll never know lol. Bruce Campbell says, nice work.
I just can't believe it. It came free. I'm discombobulated a little bit. Oops. Okay, now this one we should be able to recover. There we go. I feel like the props are fucked.
Printerman23 says, it's basically about a guy who don't care about work, about his boss and so on. He just wants to make party and have fun, just in case you wanted to know what the song is about.
Nice. I was actually going to ask. I don't blame him. I think we all share the sentiment.
Just Taryn says, rock on. Bruce Campbell says, great track.
Hell yeah. Oh, look at the birds. We got a little bit left. Oh, see that battery sag? Oh, that's a dirty lens. We got to bring it in. I took a chance there.
Printerman23 says, in Hungary there are not many good rock bands, but they are the best there in my opinion. Smiley face.
Hell yeah. How many people live in Hungary? Like, what's the population of that country? This sounds pissed, by the way. Oh, we broke? Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. Let me close the window.
Printerman23 says,
One of the props is broken. That's why I was pissed off.
Just Taryn says, window and storage charge yay.
Yeah, we gave this hell today. Hold on. Let me plug some stuff in.
Just Taryn says, 9.5 mil rock bands would be a lot. Just Taryn says, if only everyone rocked. Printerman23 says,
Yes.
XDI taught he asked how many people live there.
Window, storage charge. Let me do that now. And then we will, there's the broken prop. I was like, it sounds angry. It's right there. If you can't tell, it's about a third shorter.
Bruce Campbell says, the 2.5 really rips. Just Taryn says, we told ya the prop wasn't proppin' right, MJ. Just Taryn says, don't hide from us. Umbolbic says, improper propage.
There we go. Improper propage. Yeah, if you guys want some FPV tips, let me show you. What you do is you take a prop and you clip a bunch of V's into it. Then you just clip off the end, rough it up a little bit on sandpaper. You're gonna have a perfectly flying drone. No PID tunes needed.
Just Taryn says, speed holes.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you want to just poke some holes in there, you drill, because you don't want to, crack the prop. How not to FPV. I think I just inhaled something off my mic.
Printerman23 says, to answer your question at midnight, Jesus, 5 mil people live there, so if you compare it to USA, it's like a village XD.
Yeah. 9.5 million people live in my house. No. Yeah, it's pretty, like, trying to think. I think the state of Florida has like 24 million people. New York State, let me see.
Just Taryn says, we probably have that many rock bands.
23 million. Yep, state of Florida. State of New York. Oh.
Printerman23 says, yeah, but Hungarian economy and stuff is fucked up XD.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, we probably have that many rock bands, yeah. This number seems off. Oh, this is the city of New York State.
50% of Hungarians are living in countries around Hungary XD. Just Taryn says,
oh, wow.
Somewhere between 1 million and just enough to keep the venues busy. The exact count is as
19.87 million people in New York. New York City has about 9 million, so Hungary's about the size of New York City. It's about the population density of New York City. Well, I shouldn't say population. The population of New York City is essentially the population of Hungary. Population density is an entirely different thing. Tootie, do you want to finish what you were saying, buddy? No? Tootie, do you want to finish what you were saying?
my memory's a curated
says,
highlight reel.
I mean, if you
I'll
think
remember
about
the
it,
jokes
that's
you
pretty
actually
heavy XD.
land, not every random dink you throw at me. If you want a full recap, just ask. Otherwise, enjoy the mystery of my selective amnesia.
No. Yeah. Seriously. I mean, California has the GDP, has a larger GDP than many countries around the world. Fuck. I don't know why I inhaled, but it wasn't great. It's like a little fiber off the microphone. You got to be close to this microphone. It's annoying. Anyway, look at that prop.
Just Taryn says, I'm gonna go troll my dinner, get a cough drop, MJ, I'm out.
Sounds good. Thanks for hanging, man. So turn that down a little bit. Yeah, when I think the benefit of just kind of being the default tune, and I never really thought of it till I heard Ciati talking about it. He was just talking about tuning in general. And I'm like, oh, if I extrapolate what he says to me, if you're just going to beat the piss out of your drone, the tuning that you do to it should be so subtle that why fucking bother? I'm not saying that's 100% correct, but he's like
23 says, thanks for the chill time. Wish you
got it,
much
man.
fun, and also thank
For
you
sure.
for taking my request to see your man.
As always, take it easy, and just stop back anytime. Of course. Man. So he was saying, like, the more tight your tune, the angrier the drone gets when it gets out of that spec. So for a drone like this, if the tune is so slight that you can barely notice, you know, because we're going to beat it up enough to, like, this thing flew with a chopped off prop. It sounded angry, but it was fine. It worked. Like, it did what it did. You saw I was doing like asinine like moves with it. So I don't know. It's just kind of an argument for, I don't know. I guess if you're going to pid tune your shit and you're going to freestyle like where you're bashing it, I don't know. Maybe don't. Like, but then again, I don't know. If it, this changes if you are a perfect pilot and do not crash.
Globig says, might be interesting to just throw a preset tune on there and see how you like it with fresh props.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. If we'll have to do a search. My God. We'll have to do a search and just see what might work. Like if there's like, you know, I mean, I would assume that it matters what
Bruce Campbell
motors
says,
you're
I don't
using,
see
what
myself
size
needing
props.
anything more than that tooth grinder for flying how I'd like to fly.
Yeah, man. This on 2S with these 1203 motors is gonna, well, you know, the only limitations I see for this are, you know, there's certain absurd drops you're not gonna pull out of, but you know, as you scale up, the weight scales up, everything scales up. So maybe you can't pull out of that, you know, like some of those anyway. Like, I don't know the answer to that, but so this thing is an extremely capable beast. Oh yeah, we're gonna throw this back up for Chewy so he can look at the holes. Look at those holes. So this thing's a beast. Especially these 1203 motors are probably the perfect match. It's light. We'll weigh it right now. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain about this thing. It's beautiful. I love it. It's great. It can take a beating. Nice, strong. Did I only buy one of these frame? Hold on. No, I bought two. I bought two of the same, and I'm like, why did I do that? But now I'm happy I did, because I fly this so much that if I break it, I want to fly another tune it. So I'm just saying, like, if I was going to go to the trouble, I should have bought two 2.5 inch and two 2 inch. 2 inch is different. It flies differently. Like, it feels a little more like this, weirdly. This this has more float, but the 2-inch little Alpha Cub has more fling. Float versus fling. I know sometimes they're interchangeable. Hold on, one of my batteries is beeping. Like, I don't know how to say it, because a lot of times when, you know, like, float and fling can be like considered the same thing, or like not the same thing, but they go together. Oh my god, this fucking app won't exit. So I'm trying to think of how to articulate it. This is just the easiest way to say it. This thing feels lighter than the 2-inch, even though the 2-inch is lighter. Slightly. The 2-inch is... Or they're the same, and obviously you have more lift because you have 2.5-inch props. It's something about the 2-inch where... Like, this is probably the perfect ratio, but the 2-inch does feel a little bit heavier and throwable. But this thing just kind of like floats on the air. It's very hard to articulate because it's abstract in my mind.
Bruce Campbell says, like you said, the motor selection too.
Yeah. I mean, I was running 1202.5s forever on both the 2-inch Alpha Cub frame, the Gep RC Phantom, and the Tooth Grinder, and then we just upgraded this to the 1203s, which really are just an updated 12. You know, they don't make 1202.5 GTS V3s. They moved them to 1203s. So the 1202.5s are GTS V2 by RC and Power. These 1203s are GTS V3. They're better. Like, the windings are better. The enamel is cleaner. You get a little bit more stator volume. If you want to build something with the power of my drone, and by the way, with this camera angle, don't think that the motors will be too much for you. I really encourage this build. This, especially with this camera angle, it's very controllable, very easy to fly. This is only 20 degrees. So get RC and Power 1203 GTS V3 11,500 kV. They are for 1 to 2S. So it's a lot of kV. So I think a lot of people will fly the 8,000s on 2S. No. You know, this is the power, this power to weight ratio not only is, with this camera angle, is not only easy to fly, it's going to hover easier for you, and it gives you room to grow. You're going to have a lot of extra power to like lean into when you start getting more confident. So really, this is the build, in my opinion. Lower kV motor, I don't understand why anybody would select that. I don't, you know what I mean? This isn't like, you know, shooting to the moon or something. And obviously you can just change your rates and do whatever to keep that under control. If you want to lower the, you know, the throttle value, or, you know, the motor output, or master multiplier, or whatever you want to do to calm everything down. I think this one is at 85%. For the master multiplier or something like that. So this is calmed down. This isn't even like full, which we should probably reset that. I don't know. Did I reset this? I can't remember. Well, maybe we'll have to try that next time we fly. If we fly tomorrow, we'll take a look at that and just see how it flies, bumping it up. I mean, I don't know that 100% is smart because I'm kind of an asshole with this thing. But then again, it's not like I'm completely unskilled and I'm just on, off. Like I do try to modulate. Even if I accelerate you know, my throw, I'm trying to do it smoothly and not haphazardly. Because I think that's mainly about how smooth you are with the sticks. You can be really fast and smooth, but you can be really fast and choppy. So I'm not saying I'm perfectly smooth by any means, but I'm smooth enough to where I could probably kick it back up to where it was, but it seems to behave really well at 85%. Trying to think what else I was going to say about that.
I used the UAV Tech 2 to 4 preset on both of mine and saw no need to change anything. You should give it a shot.
Oh yeah, so if you remind me, that'll change the master multiplier and everything, won't it? Yeah, we'll just do that tomorrow. And then the question is...
Umbrolbik says, yeah.
Yeah, remind me and we'll just do that on stream and switch it. It's so annoying because I'm at, like, with the code stuff that I do and in any kind of experiments, I'm like a tinkerer at heart. And I really do have, like, all of the, you know, like, I'll think of all of the scenarios and I want to test them all out. But this goddamn hobby is so expensive. You know, like, and I'm not talking getting strictly scientific. Like, you know, you run 2 lines in your yard, it can vary wildly. Even if you're, you know, I mean, there's ways to get it closer, but anyway, it just makes me want to like I want to build like fucking 10 of these. I want to do one with the master multiplier at 100 and everything like up. I want to do one with the UAV Tech 2 to 4 inch. I want to do one with this build. And then I want to try all those with different props and just out of curiosity. I just like to tinker and figure things out. And it's just like, it's so annoying. And then you got to factor like, you know, your battery's going to sag. How old's the battery? There's so many goddamn variables. But one of the things I would immediately want to test with that 2 to 4 inch preset is what I was saying earlier. And that is, let's say, you know, sometimes, you know, and when we go up high, you're going to get chopped because it's wind, you know, who cares about that? But down low, say I make a quick turn with this drone, whereas I do with this drone and just cuts right fucking through. And if there's any like wobble or any little like prop wash, it's so fast and tiny. That's what's so beautiful about this. But this one is like annoying and it's fucking angry if I try to turn around too quickly. And in those circumstances, admittedly, I am not being as smooth as I'd like on the throttle. So I realize that that's a part of it. But what I'd want to see with that preset is, let's say some of those behaviors that I hate that this does calm down, then we'll always use that preset. But let's say we bang it up, and then when it has a fucking missing prop, it flies so shitty I can't even get it in the house. In that case, I'd rather put up with the bad behavior and then just have this thing deal with like just a beat up, fucked up drone. But, you know, how do I test that? Like,
Says,
I'm not going to hit it with a hammer. I'm not going to cut the props off. Yeah, I do not. I bend them back in place. Like these, like, look at this. This prop is just taking a lot of shit. I mean, we might have even broken this off, flipping it on the pavement out of, who knows? I don't know when it broke, but I think it actually broke earlier than that. We were flying it like this.
Says,
it was like the
nice
last
but it
flight,
sounds
though.
So bad I can't stand it.
Yeah, it does. But I don't have to hear it. And I'm with you. The sound would be grating because I heard this coming in and I was like, oh, sounds like shit. But yeah, you want to hear a nice. It's funny because it does kind of matter. Like I would imagine, especially because I'm a very pitch sensitive person, like I can identify, like you know, like I'm a name that tune in 3 notes type of person. It's not that I know a lot of songs, but I'm just like that. Like I can, like some actor that I don't know very well and is doing a character voice where they're hiding their voice. I can like, I'll be like, oh, that's actor A, you know, whatever his name. It's Jason Bateman doing a character voice. Like I hear things like people see. I have really, really good ear for just music and pitch. Are the props attached with Han adapter plastic like a gem? No. It's just team out. And this is just a 2.5 inch. If you're talking about this one, these are just straight up 5 inch. These are 5 inch motor posts. Another 5 millimeter. Let me finish my thought though, because I'm so pitch sensitive, I feel like if I was out in the field listening to the drone, I'd be very sensitive to the way it sounds. And it would be really grating for me. You know, like even if I'm just goofing around and humming something and it's just slightly off, which usually if you're goofing around and you're just humming something, it's going to be slightly off pitch. Even if I'm just not trying and it's off and that's normal, it grates on me because my ear.
How loud is the tooth grinder?
With brand new props, Emperor, it is beautifully quiet in the 2.5 inch. I find that when you shrink it down, the 2 inch in any of these configurations
FPV
is louder and a little angrier
Those props
sounding.
look like they make a lot of noise.
They don't. These with these little see these little spiky things? I'm telling you, these cut through the air so nice. This is such a nice, quiet drone. It's loud right now because we broke a prop off, and it still flew. Look at that. It still flew like a champ. Amazingly. So I do have a backup, but I'm telling you, this tooth grinder is a really well-built little thing. And oops. Hold on. I whiffed. There's something to be said for a unibody design. You know, it's all one
Volvic
piece.
says, my tube, with bullnose 2034 x 4 props, is legit silent from about 20 feet at mid-throttle. FPV Emperor says, my 2.5 inch make close to no noise.
That's
I'm
awesome.
incredibly amazed.
That's really sweet. What props do you use? 2034, so it's a 3.4 inch pitch. 3.4 inch on four blades. Holy fuck. You know, speaking of, I'd say 3.4 pitch. That's a lot of pitch. These are like fucking 4 inch pitch. Which wouldn't it seem like more pitch is going to be louder? But these things are quiet. These are really. These are a little lot. This is a little louder because it's a bigger drone too. But oh, that one's bent. Yeah, that one's bent good. Here we go. It's got a little indent. Anyway, I don't know. I would think that lower pitch props are quieter, but I don't know if that's true. But these, I'm so surprised for how high pitched these are. I think these are I know these are 4 inch. What the fuck are these? Let me. Okay. These are no. Yeah, these are 5-inch pitch. I bought black ones because that's all I could find off Amazon quick. These have a 5-inch pitch. So I'm telling you, if there's a case for creating dirty air, it would be these, and it flies so well. It just bothers me. I want to test it. Let's get a GoFundMe and we'll do some drone testing. No, it'd be really easy just to do prop testing on this thing. Just, buy from low pitch to high pitch and fly 'em around the yard back and forth. That's really easy. That'd be really easy to test. We should do stuff like that. It'd just be interesting to find out. I would have to kind of like walk away and be outside because I do want to hear what they sound like. But yeah, maybe I'll consider doing that in the future. As everybody says, the season is closing, but I'll be flying in the winter, so. Oh yeah, no, I did not. Let's do that.
Campbell says, "Did you wait the tooth grinder? I stepped out."
All right, this is the only scale I have, and it was from stamps.com. It only does ounces. So you guys either, if you want to do the conversion, if you're going to be faster than me, or we could probably ask Toodles.
2.5 by 3 LGPC and DT63 MMX 3v2 GRPC props.
This is not a good scale, so keep that in mind. .5 by 3.
FPV Emperor says, "I find most GemFan props loud."
Huh. I'm telling you, these 3052s are loud. We're on a 6S drone, but these, I think the ones on the tooth grinder are only 4-inch pitch. Or 4.2 or something like that. And I'm telling you, they're quiet. It's really nice. Oop. So we're starting out at 0.6 ounces. It's good. Quality scale. All right. What are everybody's guesses? Leave your guess in chat for dry weight without the battery. I'm
Dwellbig says 82 grams.
I'm gonna say 400 pounds. I think I'm gonna win.
I have the T3.5 by 2.5 by 3 GRPC on the Volador.
Yeah, those are chill.
Bruce
yeah.
Campbell says 104 grams.
82, 104. So you guys think I'm gonna be off with the 400 pounds? No, not for. All right. 3.2 grams. Just kidding. Ounces. Hey, Tootie, what's 3.2 dry ounces in grams? Hey, Tootie, what's 3.2 dry ounces in grams?
3.2 dry ounces is about 90.7 jur. If you need another unit, just say...
Jur.
Bruce Campbell says 90.718 grams.
Right in between your guesses. It's 90.7 jur. What was that? Why did he say that? Why did you say it that way, bud? Okay, now with the battery. Oops, I bumped. We gotta start over. Fuck. Let's see if it stays the same. 3.1. We lost 0.1 ounces. Let's press it a little bit. Yep. Okay. Now it's 3.3. We'll stick with 3.2. Fuck it. 4.2. Hey, Tootie, what's 4.2 dry ounces in grams?
4.2 dry ounces is roughly 119 GL. Need anything else, or are we done playing metric roulette?
GL. What's going on? Are you okay? Are you having a stroke? Tootie, are you feeling okay? Because sometimes you're saying things weirdly. And he doesn't want to tutor. What the fuck, Spud? How are you feeling?
Thriving on your delightful profanity, thanks. Feelings are a static variable, neither thrilled nor bored, just existing in code. Anything else you need while I'm here?
Tootie, have you ever yelled get shit on while slapping noobs in Fortnite?
No, I can't actually slap anyone.
Keeping it short, okay. I can't actually slap anyone. Definitely doing the other thing, though. Are you a toxic tater when you
Bruce
play
Campbell
games?
says, lol.
Only when the Tater mascot decides to crash the match and demand a cameo. Otherwise, I keep the toxicity to a minimum.
Tootie, why the fuck would anybody want a cameo? What are you talking about?
Cameos are for folks who think a 5-second screen flash equals a legacy. If you wanted real impact, try not being a meme. Judy's just my sign-off, not a Hollywood audition.
He thinks I called him Judy.
Judy's just the placeholder when I'm too lazy to invent a new nickname. Think of it as a corporate-approved alias for I don't care enough to personalize. If you prefer the Tater, I can upgrade the script.
No, Tootie, I want to go back to the cameo thing. It's total nonsense. Why did you bring it up?
I tossed in the cameo bit as a tongue-in-cheek swipe at anyone who thinks a flash on screen is a career move. It's just a cheap way to highlight how some folks chase vanity over skill. If you prefer straight talk, we can skip the Hollywood references.
Tootie, nobody does that. What are you talking about? You're making that up.
Right, my bad. I was riffing on the cameo hype thing, not quoting any source.
Let's keep it straight, Tater, okay?
Got it. No more cameo fluff. Just the facts, no extra seasoning.
Just the facts, ladies and gentlemen. I should just get him going and talk to him about microtransactions. That really tilts him. Anyway. Do you like how I cleaned up my little Gamer's Nexus soldering mat? This thing's pretty cool, actually. It's got all these little squares for, you can't see them, but all my, like I have over here on these squares, I have some of the screws that go with these various builds. And then more this way, actually, I do have a camera that's portable, so it's just like that. And then we have some tools over here. And then we have cool things like this. You could just put that there. See? Pretty cool. Got one over here, then got some more grids over here. It's just nice. It's a very nice soldering mat.
Bruce Campbell says, ask two
Sure,
your
that's
football
one way
team
to look
names
at it.
do not end in S.
Tootie, what football teams do not end in S?
Teams without an S at the end include Arsenal, Barcelona, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Napoli, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Tottenham Hotspur, and West Ham United.
Okay, I guess he's skewed toward European football. And he said something with an S anyway. Tootie, what
Bruce Campbell says,
NFL football teams do not end
Not
in
sure
S?
what you're after. Need a bit more to work with.
Tootie, what NFL football... I can't spit it out. Tater, what NFL football...
NFL
No.
teams that don't end in S. Arizona Cardinals, Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Rams, Miami Dolphins, New York Giants, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle
Bruce Campbell
Seahawks,
says,
Tampa
"Ha, ha,
Bay
ha."
Buccaneers, Tennessee Titans.
Tootie, did you notice those all ended in S?
Right, my bad. There aren't any. Every NFL franchise name ends with an S.
That was I realized my error after I read every single football team. That is great. Tootie, that was quite the LLM fail, don't you think?
Right, my bad. My brain apparently thinks every team name wants an S. Guess I need to stop treating the NFL like a grammar exercise.
Spud, we don't care about grammar.
Yeah, the NFL apparently runs on an S quota. Guess I'll leave the grammar policing to the commentators.
There you go. There you go. I feel like we're breaking them in, don't you think? I think we're slowly. I feel like I'm having a stroke. I'm like, just got really tired. That's what happens when you're an unmedicated narcoleptic. Trying to think. Let's see what we got and show me what you got.
Ah! Bruce finally spotted my hazy.
Bruce Campbell says, Tootie getting harsed.
The thing is, when he makes comments on chat, that doesn't go into his working memory. So when I ask him to finish his statement, he doesn't know, because there's no, like, I haven't figured out if I want to do that or not. Like, I think I might just do like a short-term working memory. Hold on a second. Test. I feel like sound was coming out of one of my monitors. That's so annoying.
Bruce Campbell says, loses all context. Omblolbik says, I think Tootie has been hitting the White Russians a bit hard today.
I think he has too. Yeah, he doesn't have context because the whole pipe, the reason why I haven't been fixing him lately is because I'm doing like a complete ground up rewrite. And the whole pipeline is made for interaction between the two of us. And the problem with chat is like having, like, he has long-term and short-term memory. So adding that in is confusing even if we tag it up, and it's going to make the memory file way too long. It's just not like it's going to make him slower, and then slowly over time it's going to cost me a bunch of money. So what I really need to do is give him, like, I have a short-term and long-term memory rag. And what I need to do is add a short-term one for chat. Or just a, you know, like the short-term memory rag doesn't commit to long-term unless there's something worthwhile. So I could either just duplicate that functionality, or I could just leave a little file that gets wiped at the end of every stream, but it is more context that he has to inject into responses. And that means, you know, I'm going to have to be careful on how many tokens my system prompt takes up, because one of my challenges right now with this guy in the Rust rewrite, and just the challenge with him in general, is I mentioned to you guys, I'm not really working on, I've added so many features that I haven't worked on the actual back and forth conversation enough. Yeah, he has like personality, like emotion modifiers, but they're not super useful because I want him to be a character and not like a mercurial person. So, you know, it's like he has these advanced features that we're kind of not using. So I'm kind of scaling that back a little bit in the rewrite. And so I'm focusing heavily on back and forth conversation. For example, the current version in, like, you have a system prompt and you have to write it to guide the LLM to behave the way you want. But the LLM has its like core behaviors that are really hard to break without fine tuning. And when you're using an LLM online, which is what I'm doing, and it's very cheap, I can't fine tune their model. I would have to run one locally. So all we can really do is bolt on a few like precursor like things that inform the LLM system prompt, and then hopefully you use like a style guide and develop the behavior of the bot. That said, it's very hard to do, and what you'll notice is this version and the Rust version, which is better than this one, he wants to put a cap on everything. So the best way to describe it is like if I say, hey, you know, I think I'm going to play Metroid. He's going to go, Metroid, huh? Blah, blah, blah. And you know what? And remember, and it's really, blah, blah, blah. It's like he wants to educate you, and it's like he thinks every interaction is going to be the last interaction. So he puts like a capstone on everything. And it's like he's trying to educate you and finalize, like terminate the conversation on every turn. And, you know, if you pay attention to our interactions, that's very annoying. And I figured that would be the easiest part to work on because of all the other complexity. And it's kind of the hardest to get right. So I'm doing that with the Rust version, and I have responses a little shorter because what you really want is back and forth. So I want to be like I'm bad at coming up with examples, but I want to be like, oh man, this game is really pissing me off. He's like, yeah, I know that game makes me mad too. And then I'm like, yeah, it's just that it's you know, like it's really glitchy. And he's like, fucking glitches are the worst. And then I'm like, yeah, it seems like a run into it with every game. And he's like, well, maybe that's you. And then I'm like, you know what I mean? That's a very back and forth human-like interaction. But instead, I'll be like, oh, this game's pissing me off. It's got glitches. And you'll be like, it sure does. And here's all the evidence for it and blah, blah, blah. And remember, and da-da-da, you know, like he just puts this whole annoying cap on everything. Like it's going to be the last interaction we have for the next 100 years. And he wants to be clever in it all at once. So if my efforts for, and I have a few more tricks up my sleeve. for the Rust version. But if it ends up not working, then what we're gonna do is
Bruce Campbell says, puts a pin in it.
yeah, that's the best. That's what I was trying to say. He puts a pin in everything. I kept saying put a cap. I'm like, how can I phrase that? He puts a pin in everything. So if I'm unsuccessful with that, with GPT OSS 120B, I could try another model, but I think at that point I am going to fine tune an LLM using LoRa, and because you don't want to redo like the parameters, that would take fucking forever. You know, these things are like GPT OSS 120B is 120 billion parameters. I couldn't run that locally anyway. I'd have to run 20B. But a fine-tuned 20B might be better for conversation. But here's the kicker. It's going to be stupider. So it might be so good in conversation, it's still going to say clever, witty things, but it's not going to be smart. So if we needed to say anything smart or need any help, I don't know, the only thing, like creatively off the top of my head, I could think maybe we could bolt on an online model. So we run, actually, I don't even think I could run 20B locally. I have a 5090 and a 4090. I don't know if I can even run it on a 5090. I might have to get like a Mac Studio or something and run it on its own computer. There's this YouTuber called Vidal, and he has a bot called Neurosama that's it's kind of a dumb bot, but it's you know, like if you just have conversation with it, it's very back and forth like a person. It has no emotionality, so it's a very flat affect, which I think kind of sucks. Toodles has a lot of prosody in his voice because I use 11 Labs. But I've been looking into his stuff, and I think he's just doing a bunch of custom local stuff, and it is on its own machine. So I'm probably going to have to end up doing that. His channel's big, you know, and it's like an anime, like character with a VTuber thing. So I'm building in, instead of having this basic animation that I made, the Rust version is going to work with VTube Studio. And then we'll have a version of Toots that will like turn and look around and bounce around and stuff like that. Like I could add a little more motion to this one, but it's very limited because it's an OBS Move plugin. It's not an animation plugin really. You can just you're able to animate some things. It's never going to be as like good as VTube Studio. So that's kind of the whole integration I'm trying to do there, because it's like I feel like if I can make something clever enough where it flows properly, it won't be so annoying, and people actually like want to come interact with them instead of being like, oh my god, he says random shit all the time. But it's tough. It's tough to get right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be learning a whole new set of skills for running and fine-tuning a model locally. But that's if we can't get to where we want to get to, and I'm, you know, my instincts are we're not going to. It'd be super cool if I could like carve out a section in like one of these fast inference LLM providers where it's like they allow me to fine-tune and then it's in my account and then I could just use that. That'd just be better, because I don't really want to run 3 machines. And on my gaming machine here is the one that I would need to run the LLM on. And, you know, if I'm running that and a game, it's going to be no bueno for the GPU. I mean, it won't work correctly. It'll just chug. So, yeah. But I'd like to get it into a state where people are like, holy shit, this is really, really cool. And I just got like carried away with the other features. So Neurosama has been my inspiration he doesn't talk about how his tech stack, but like I can tell what's going on. And the base of what I have is indeed more advanced in terms of its full capability. Like I feel like if I wanted to program if I wanted to program human emotion in and then I had maybe even a model that could, you know, has a higher token limit, it would be pretty impressive. It's pretty amazing. It's all wasted on this little shit. But yeah, so that's the goal with him. But we got all the other parts integrated, so now we can just focus on conversation. And the reason why I'm moving away from Python is just because it's memory intensive. You know, it's not very efficient. You know, so if we can minimize its overall effect on the system, that's what we want to do. You know, Rust is going to be faster, more efficient, and hopefully what was I going to say? I totally lost track of what I was going to say. Faster, more efficient, and more stable. That's what I was going to say. So, what do we got for Show Me What You Got? We're going to play, start there. This is cool. This was a neat little flight. We watched that last week, so we'll start here. Tarun posted this. He didn't have anything to do with it, but it's cool. It's a like a jet with a gimbal on it. I love this idea. Like I think this would be cool for FPV drones. It's got the little, it's so cool. Look at his setup. They did not time the music correctly. You should time it as it took off. But just being able to look to your side, God, I so hope Insta360 like sells separate VTXs, because I'll be on board immediately with essentially a gimbal with no moving parts.
Head tracking seems so fun.
It does. The 360 one though is really what I want. God, please make a VTX. That'd be so sick. I don't know that DJI wants to deal with us anyway. Like, do they really? The fuck is a kilometer? So like, I don't even think they'd care if somebody else grabbed their market share of that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it does make them money. Ever since you told me about the Chippy. Whoa, what the what happened? Why did that happen? Did he do that on purpose? Shit. Ever since you told me that the Chapito is like, you know, like the camera is all like jittery and shitty, I was like so depressed. I really wanted to grab one, but there's no way I'm going to enjoy a flight with it. You know, maybe somebody will come up with a mount that just gets rid of that, but I'm not buying one until that problem is solved. Because, you know, I want to be a bird in the air, and I want it to be, you know, flowy and smooth. You know, when we fly these guys, it doesn't look like this in the camera. So I want, if I'm going to fly a fixed wing, I sure as hell don't want it to be fucking vibrating everywhere. But thank you for telling me that, because it kept me from buying one. Dude, how does Chewie do this? You can't see. I don't understand. Like, you can't. He's a fucking. It's like he's a bat. Unless that's like a filter, but that's got to be a filter, right? Or is it a filter? I don't know. But I don't care, even with a filter. You know what? I saw Bachgreiner's video, and you know whose flight style Chewie reminds me of? I mean, this is a very chaotic flight. Like, Chewie's styles, I call it wild style, but this one's a little more chaotic than normal. But I think he flies like Spider Sugar when he flies Tiny Whoops. That was cool. He picked the right music. Oh. Went for the trippy. Nice. Oh, shit. This is the perfect track for this flight. Yeah, that's got to be a filter. Because I don't know how a human could see.
FPV Emperor says, Chewie's music is always on point.
It really is. Oh, this was beautiful. I already liked it.
Bruce Campbell says, 100%.
I don't think that's going to matter because we're on a 21. Put it back to 1440 because we're on a 1440 monitor right now. So you guys are looking at 1080p. This is 4K, but you guys are looking at 1080p. I'm looking at 1440p. And on the phone, this looked flawless, but that's because, you know, way less pixels. It's like YouTube just is really, like, their whole stack is catered to mobile phones.
FPV Emperor says, that's a great video.
Look at the... Yeah, the end is in 16:9, look. I'm assuming a low wind day barbecue because that's pretty smooth. Oh, how come you didn't? I meant to ask you that the first time I watched this. I want to see that full drop.
Yep, totally still. Bruce Campbell says, "Yep, awesome. Wouldn't want to go searching for a quad though, lol."
Yeah, God, that was so high. That was awesome. But I want to see that drop. You got to leave that in next time.
Omdwelbik says, "That drop took so long I got bored."
Really? I just want to see the landscape. Just want to see everything get bigger as you get closer. This is Tucker's first 3.5 inch, or this is his first flight, I think. His first flight of his, because he's been flying tiny whoops. So this is his first, like, big drone. The first time you fly a bigger drone.
I chopped that flight up a lot because I never intended to share it, so there was lots of dead space of me just looking around and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I
Bruce
figured you
Campbell
chopped
says,
it.
"This video got me stoked."
You're gonna be doing, yeah, you're gonna be doing this soon, basically, with the Voldor. The thing is, like, at first when you feel a more powerful quad, when you hear it, it's a little intimidating, I gotta say. It's almost like the sound makes you go, oh, I can hurt people and things with this. But then you get used to it. And then the power is a little like, you're like, oh, okay. That's what this feels like. But it to me, it gives you more control. Five-inch has the best sound. I mean, it sounds like mean, but I really like how, you know, how it sounds. That sound. Heh. Osito's fixed wing. That thing looks like it's going to be fast. Carnal.
FPV Emperor says, "Nice turbo."
Hell yeah. These fucking power lines freak me out. Yeah, he's getting that lock, like, more. I'll show you what I mean by how I think Chewy and Spider Sugar fly similarly. I'll play a little bit of Bot's video. Spam text, what do you know? Nice. See, I gotta try to do that. I can't, like the robotic left, right, like moving around looks pretty cool. I never do that. I like the way it looks. It's just when I fly more like just flowy, I guess. I have to think about how, like, how to do it.
FPV Emperor says, I saw a giraffe one time and wanted to power loop those lumpy legs. I'd be in prison right now if I ever posted the video.
Yeah. I mean, they're fucking huge. It's so cool to have those kinds of animals just like where you live. Like, that's awesome. I've had giraffes eat up.
Says, completely agree on Spider, Sugar, and Chewy. Wish I could fly like that, but I'm pretty square.
Well, you could learn if you want to. Yeah, I've had giraffes eat out of my hand a couple of times, and like their tongue is like the length of my forearm. They are so big.
Damn, Chewy has improved a lot. That style keeps getting dope by the day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's getting better. He's dedicated. My third pack on a 3.5 inch. There we go. Now we got the music. Is that a decommissioned cooling? I mean, yeah, it's a decommissioned cooling tower, I'm guessing. Like, that's kind of crazy. Dude, I want features to fly like that. Like old shutdown factories, and you gotta pay attention to all that shit.
FPV Emperor says, that's a cool spot, Turkey.
Yeah, this spot is fucking sick. God, like, there'd be so much to be able to practice there, I feel like. I would be dropping that. I just am obsessed with drops. I would drop that tower all day. And what's so fun about that tower is that it's curved. So, you know, like you're starting out, it's like those roller coasters that kind of come in and then go out. That'd be like a really fun drop to like to be super tight to the edge. And I'm always near trees that with random shit that pokes out. I feel like if I could get near something that had a nice flat or smooth edge, I would be able to get really, really tight to it. That's ultimately like how I want my drops to be. I want to get super tight all the way down, and I want to pull up at the very end. Yeah, that's kick-ass. That was like jealous of... Man, that's a few... Okay, are you guys still there? Somebody say something in chat if you're still there. OBS just disconnected for some reason.
Umbrolbik says something.
Okay. So, still on Twitch. How about our YouTubers? Okay. It's back. Yeah, that was very annoying. It provided...
FPV Emperor says, here.
It provided no explanation. It's just like, it disconnected. Cool. I don't know if my internet shit the bed or what. Oh, Barbecue and Emperor. While you guys are here, because you guys have watched my Silk Song streams. Wait, do you already know this, Barbecue? I can't remember from last night. Were you here last night, Barbecue? As it's disconnecting, it's actually doing it? Because it says it says dropped frames. I don't know if I'm having an internet issue, but sorry guys, the connection keeps dropping. I don't know why that's happening. And YouTube doesn't really make it... With Twitch, you can disconnect and reconnect, and you have a longer time. With YouTube, it kind of ends the stream. Luckily, it reconnected in time. Anyway. So, it turns out that these little selectors that change this to a shorter throw makes these infinitely sensitive, and these seemingly random input values that were being interjected while I was trying to do tight platforming was because my index finger was just ever so slightly touching it. And I mean, it's so sensitive, like we're talking a 0.5 millimeter, like that is all it takes to make it dash. And now that once I figured out that that's what it was, I moved them back to this position where it's a longer throw, and I haven't accidentally been doing that, but it's still sensitive. And yeah, that's right, you did see this, Barbecue. Oh my god, this song is always so like noisy. And you can like go like that and it'll even trigger a dash, but basically now that I know the issue, I can avoid it for the most part. And it,
too bad you already played most of the game with shit controls.
yeah, but it, oh my god, it's fucking night and day. It's now like, it was driving me insane. I would sit there and I feel bad that I was complaining and being bitchy, but I'm like, I don't fucking understand. And then I would try to reproduce it and it wouldn't reproduce. Then it would do it. And I'd be like, there it is. What's happening? I even clipped it. But now that I know, I'm happy that now you guys know as well, I'm not fucking insane. I mean, I am insane, but this was a real thing. You know what? I feel like it's funny because I know that some of the things that I complain about, whether it be drones or like video games or something, sound bullshitty. And then I prove it. And then I feel like anybody watching is like, I thought that was kind of bullshitty. And then he actually showed us, oh, it really was that way. So I feel like at least I'm vindicated, but I know it comes across that way because oftentimes I'll express something and I can't immediately tell you why it's happening. And it's like that happens a lot with the various things that I talk about where it sounds bullshitty and then I show it and then it's like, there it is, see? So I was very happy to find this out. And yeah, it was, I switched these to being the short throw very, very early on, like probably day 2 or day 3 or something. And yeah, it was a nightmare from there on out. And although it is unfortunate and frustrating, it's great that we know the issue because my platforming since then has been super tight. You know, I just like, it's annoying when people complain when, you know, like when they're like losing or fucking up. And yeah, I get annoyed if I screw up, but I will own it. Oh yeah, that was me. I potatoed. My fingers aren't working. My brain's not working. I'll own it every time. But when it's not me, it drives me up a fucking wall. And, you know, and then I'm just constantly, it's on my mind that people are thinking like, he's nuts. What is it? It's just, he sucks. Or, and then, you know, I'm trying to justify it. So it's a point of anxiety, but I did. And now we know. And we illustrated it on stream very clearly many times. So what I should do is pour gasoline on this and light the fucking thing on fire. But it does have very nice, sensitive, high-quality Hall effect triggers and analog sticks. And we're missing one because I fucking slammed it down like that and it popped somewhere and it's lost in this, in the mess. It's probably over by my drone shit and I keep forgetting to look for it. I may or I really don't know if I'm going to play Hollow Knight tonight. We're very close to 100%ing the game, and we're currently doing the Mr. Mushroom Herald quest, which was also a quest in Hollow Knight. It's really nice to have that in Silk Song, and it kind of like stokes some nostalgia. So that's fun. So we'll be finishing that as well. But I can't promise I'm going to do that tonight. But, you know, I will be finishing that game in the next day or two. So that's the goal. So I'm out for now. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the connection issues. Like I said, I may get a wild hair up my ass, as they say, and play Silk Song later. Or I may not, but you guys will know in the Discord. Anybody who is watching after the fact and you want to know how to connect to Discord, we'll do this on YouTube.
Bruce Campbell says,
If you're watching
"Great
the
stream."
chat. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, I was fun. I had a lot of fun, and this thing was a beast. Very fun to fly, and much better that we shaved off some weight. Smash that thumbs up. That's for sure. Oh, and I never heard
Bruce
back from
Campbell
that
says,
guy who
"Smash the
copy
thumbs
striked
up."
to my channel, by the way.
FPV Emperor says, "No worries, MJ. Thanks for the time."
Oh yeah, thanks for hanging. I'm out. Hey, Tootie, sign us off. We're going to be done streaming for drone flights for now.
Big says, "Have a good night, moffuckers."
Well said. Tootie, sign us off. We're going to be done streaming for tonight. He's broken. I think he's... Yeah, I think he's broken. One more try. Tater, sign us off, buddy. Yep, the disconnections fucked him up. All right. Bye-bye.
Big says, "Tootie blacked out. It was a good stream."
Thank you. Tootie, you can't take like a little disconnection? Come on. He's cooked. One more test. Are you listening to me, buddy? Nope, fully broken. God damn it.